Welcome in another edition of the Dirt Racing Podcast. Let's get started. Time for the news and results portion of the show. We'll kick off with the Dirt Track Championship at Portsmouth, Ohio, where Brandon Sheppard was the big winner of the event, and that was the final Lucas Oil race, dirt late model race of the year. So Jonathan Davenport wins the title, and Tyler Erb was the Rookie of the Year. For the World of Outlaws, the final Midwest appearances for 2019. Friday night at Lakeside, Donnie Schatz picks up the win with the Ford engine. First time in 21 years that Ford engine has won on the World of Outlaws. Then Saturday night, the Jason Johnson Classic over at the Lake of the Ozarks at Eldon, Missouri, went to the JJR team with David Gravel picking up the big win. Trophy Cup. There was 3 nights of the Trophy Cup at Tulare, California, and Rico Abreu swept all 3 nights and also won the championship for the Trophy Cup. In the news and notes, crazy time at Devil's Bowl for the Winter Nationals. Both nights the lights went out during the portion of the show, where on Friday night Sam Haverteeth won and Roger Crockett won on the big race on Saturday. There, in another news portion, and you'll hear the interview from Wade Unger, the spokesperson for Valvoline Speedway in Sydney, Australia, is that there's going to be a train track running through the racetrack. There's a petition on change.org going around, but it would be like the history. You take it, like say you take Knoxville and you move it somewhere else. There goes your history. So here's the interview.
The office manager picks up the phone. A lady says, "Hi, did you know that your speedway is being demolished?" And what do you make of that? You go, "Excuse me? What on earth could you mean by that?" Because we are sitting here for the last 2 years lobbying to extend the lease that already is supposed to go to 2026. So you just go, "I'm sorry, that must be a prank call." So complete bolt from the blue. Oh, massively. Massively. I mean, we've had concerns because for the last 2 years we've been asking questions, how's our lease extension going? And that's been an ongoing process, and it's been duck shoved. Emails back, yes, we understand your frustration. Yes, we'll come back to you. Yes, yes, yes. And then just obviously little things haven't been adding up. Last August we're supposed to have an idea of what was going on. So it's very clear that this whole operation, this big $20 billion project has been on the cards for a long time, but nobody has explained to us that, hey, while we're talking about your lease negotiation, might just be a chance that there might be a driverless train system where you're talking about. This is a well in advance of $200 million a year invested in this region, in this sport, to this facility alone. And when you think about it, in summer you have Speedway, in the winter you have the Eels. What other sports in the heart of this city do you have? The Wanderers are out in Greater Western Sydney, out on the motorway out there. But there's nothing that's actually specific to this region anymore if that happens. You have Rosehill Racecourse, which, God forbid that we, hurt the horse racing industry out of all this. But here we are. We provide a massive impact for the city in hotels, in general consumables in the region, in restaurants, in service stations, etc. So there's going to be an enormous amount of income for this city and the surrounding businesses that will be lost from this. Oh, look where we're standing. I can throw a tennis ball into the M4 right now. It still remains 42 years on as a location that is absolutely in the heart of the CBD. So certainly when you look around at the developments and there's Parramatta building up constantly, that the region is constantly evolving. I don't think any of us would be silly enough to think that this couldn't happen one day. But how about the idea that we actually get time to plan it? And we actually spend 2 or 3 years sourcing a site that's a good location, that we actually look into how we build the facility, how we fund it, how we gently shift the industry towards that, rather than just, oh, your speedway's been demolished. great. Wouldn't it have been nice to be told that maybe just before your speedway is going to be demolished call? I mean, I think the reality is that people have known in the Sydney Metro that this is all going to happen. So why wouldn't someone have just said, you know what, we need to talk? Before you actually get the phone call and knock on the door, before we get the Daryl Kerrigan. We didn't get the knock on the door. No, we just do it all by the phone. It's a lot easier to do that, to basically deliver a 5-figure death punch to our industry, because regardless of whether we can just pick this up and shift it, we've got no idea when we have to be out of this facility if we can't delay that. And then you don't just pick your Matchbox cars up off the lounge room floor and say, kids, go and play in the bedroom now. It'll take a couple of years to build a facility that we can just walk into it and relatively seamlessly transfer. How about a bit of respect?
So, Wade, look, 42 years, some great times here.
Multi-generation stuff here. People met their wives here, their husbands here. People brought their kids here. Grandparents brought their kids here. This is a place that has been for 4 decades, a place where families can come and sit up on that grass hill in safety and watch some of the most incredible worldwide competitors. This is a worldwide footprint. We live stream to America, to Canada, to Mexico, to New Zealand, to the world here every week. So it's not just Valvoline Raceway, it's a global footprint. Teams come from all over the world to race here. It's the pivotal cornerstone of sprint car racing in the Southern Hemisphere.
How are you and others emotionally tied to this?
It's a really good question. This is not dirt to us. This is our church. This is where we met people that we admire and we respect and we love, and we've lost friends over the years and come back to here to be around those memories. And this is a devastating thing for people emotionally. There'll be a lot of tears tonight. Just even the uncertainty of what this brings. People always just assume that they'd be able to go to their favourite place on earth every Saturday in summer.
Not anymore.
I always thought that The Castle was a comedy. Turns out it's a horror
movie. Well, we'll keep up on this story as more things develop. It's basically the government is bending you over and you can figure out the rest of it. But not good for our friends in Australia. Like I mentioned, change.org has a petition, and we'll keep you updated on this story when more develops. I got a couple tangents to go on real quick. One, this stupid Woolloomooloo merchandise rule that if you're a regular team, you can't sell in the souvenir area. It's a bunch of bullshit. And I'll say that it screws the local teams and their fans that support them every week. And it's called a monopoly they have. Thank God for the Knoxville Nationals that we don't have this stupid rule that anybody at the Nationals can sell in the fan areas. 2, the Australian thing we talked about gets me upset even more, and it was a good interview. 3, tractor tires on a racetrack. I know they got to be in some place of safety for the fence, but why in the hell we have them on the tracks is beyond me. And Songer goes into it as well in a couple minutes. 4, don't stand behind Facebook and Twitter and be a big man. If you have a problem with somebody, go to them directly. If it's a racetrack or something, and be a man, talk to as a human being instead of, let's just hide behind our Facebook and Twitter and be nameless. That's my beefs right now.
Time for Songers. What's on Songers this week? I don't even know.
Week or so ago, if you wanted me to talk about something in general or specific, let me know. This one, I kind of like because I don't like them either. Hey, maybe some people do. I have no idea why you would ever like them. But the infield tires, the tractor tires, the bag tires, the tear the holy living hell out of your race car obstacle, I don't understand why anybody would ever put them there. If you don't want us to run in the infield, put a freaking cone in there. We hit the cone, guess what? We get docked. 2 spots, 3 spots to the tail. I don't care what you do it. But at least I still got the front end of my race car left. I don't have $300 worth of damage because there's a goddamn tire in my way. And worse yet, you guys don't understand who put them tractor tires out there? What an arc is. Yeah, it's an arc. It forms half a circle, right? Not a fucking diamond. Going in the bottom, got a real bit going, and then all of a sudden, holy shit, where'd that thing come from? Five miles outside of where it should be. You gotta dodge some bitch. He hit it. Holy shit. I mean, you're toward hell. Now the bird tires, yeah, there's some damage. They're inside. They're very where the circle's supposed to be, or half circle. So I don't have a problem with that. But these tractor tires, I mean, I bet if you put them on a NASCAR, they wouldn't last long. Nobody wants them. The only form of place that has buried tractor tires is a freaking dirt track that evidently, certain people get money out of selling parts because they got stamps on them. Yeah, that's the only thing I can figure out why they would be there. But there is no reason to have a tractor tire there. I mean, why don't you just put us on big wheels and let us pedal around them? You're sensing a damn tractor tire tearing the holy living hell out of my $15,000 race car. No, there's no reason for it. So, in closing, tractor tires suck.
And also, join the band today on them. I suggesting we ban them. So join the band today if you're in favor of banning the big old white does damage to your car tractor tires. And I forgot one. I appreciate why there was no guests this week. I don't really want to go into details. I tried to get one as quick as I can. The person apologized. So if you're going to complain, oh, you didn't have a guest this week and the show was so short, it was the last minute and I tried my best. We'll try better next week. Next week's show, the guest has already been lined up and it's good to go. So I'll just say it right here. He's on TV, on MAV TV a lot, and a writer, and he's in the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum Hall of Fame. That's all I can say about next week's guest. We'll talk to him about his new project and get you in the Christmas spirit where to find some of his works at. Just an FYI, the show will continue in the off season because a lot of people have said, "Kid, I'll do it once the off season hits." So we will have shows, but I know on November when it's Thanksgiving week, it'll be the Chick Magnet Motorsports episode, and over the 2 weeks of Christmas and New Year's will be the best of show. Thanks for listening to another edition of the Racing Podcast.